Hi, I'm Maureen Legas, and today we're going to talk about being a secret agent. So, are you a secret agent on purpose or by accident? Let's look at how people find you on the internet and in social media and see whether your profiles are set up the way you intended them to be. All right, I am Maureen Legas. I am an agent with Keller Williams. I am also a Keller Williams approved trainer. There are about 100 of us at Keller Williams that are approved to train the 134,000 plus agents. I am also the technology director for the North Florida region, so I handle technology issues in our region. I have an investment in the business center in Lakewood Ranch, the Keller Williams office on State Road 70 in Lakewood Ranch. And prior to this, I was an engineer and I was a technology trainer. And so the transition to realtor trainer was pretty easy for me. Okay, so today we're going to talk about how you appear on the internet, on your websites, and social media, specifically on Facebook. So I'm going to talk about this little exercise and I'm going to show you what I mean. So first, make sure you are not signed in to Google when you do this exercise. Google will make determination for you and give you results based on tracking what you've done in the past. So we want to make sure that you are seeing what the consumer might see if they're not signed into Google. If the consumer is signed into Google, they might see other results, but when they're looking for you, this is what they will see, unlike what would be if you were signed into Google. So you're going to search for your name. You're going to check the first two pages. A consumer searching on the internet might only search the first page. We're going to go 2 pages deep just to make sure. We're going to check for name, spelling, contact information. We're going to make sure your brokerage is correct in case you've changed brokerages, and we're going to update any inaccuracies. So that's the key to getting through this. So I am here. I search Maureen Legas. I click search. You can see here I'm not signed in because it tells me to sign in. So I know that I am not signed in to Google. And I'm going to see results. I get 14,000 plus results, and I'm not going to go through 14,000 results. I'm going to go through the first 2 pages. I'm going to click every link, and I'm going to check for those things that we mentioned here. I'm going to check for name, spelling, contact information, and brokerage. And then if anything's wrong, I'm going to log into that site, and I'm going to correct those things. So here's one for kw.com, here's one for one of my websites. Some might be blogs, some might be profiles. So you're going to go through the first 2 pages and that's it. And that way you're sure that when someone's searching for you on Google, they're going to find you. All right, so let's take a look at websites. So on your website, you're going to look at all of your websites. You're going to see if the information is readily available, your contact information, they can find it, and that it's correct. And then we're going to look to see if they're mobile responsive, because Google will place you in the search results differently if you are not mobile responsive. So we want to make sure that you're promoting sites that you're going to get preferential treatment in Google. And then you're going to see if you're being indexed by the search engine. So what that means is, does the search engines know how to find you, and does it put you in an index so if people use search criteria to look for you, they will be able to find you. All right, so here's a website. This is one of my websites, and you notice at the very top here it has my contact information, and so that's a positive thing. Here's a list of things that they can do on the website, and at the bottom it has my phone numbers and office information. This contact information here, this is a phone number that's shared by my business partner and myself, and then a smaller URL for mobile devices. And I put it up here in the corner depending on how a mobile device would pull up this site to make sure that it gets shown properly. All right, so that's one of the sites. Look at another site here, and this is a website I have in the image. I have my contact information, and then right below the image I have contact information. So that's readily available and it's correct. And I'm going to look here at this last site. Now this is a beta site. It's not yet been released. We're releasing these new sites soon, but I'm going to look to see, and yes, my contact information is there, and there's a link to email me. My email address is not shown, but I can be emailed. And then the phone number is there as well. Okay, so now we're going to look at the mobile responsive test. What we're going to do is we're going to pull up our websites on our mobile device and see what they look like. This first one, which is the mlegas.com, this is the original site that we got at Keller Williams long before there were mobile devices that could pull up websites. And so it is not mobile responsive. It's small print and little small icons, and people can't see it. So this is not really the best site to promote at this point, because the majority of our users are coming to our sites via mobile devices. Now, Keller Williams has given us a mobile app that we can display instead. We can promote that. And in the background of this site, a Keller Williams agent, if you are a Keller Williams agent, you can say, if someone comes from a mobile device, display my mobile app instead of the website. And that takes care of that issue. But for this purpose, I just wanted to show you how to see if your website is not mobile responsive. When you pull it up on your mobile device, does it look the exact same way as it looks when you pull it up on your computer? The next site, this is another website I have, Sarasota, Florida for sale. It is mobile responsive. So the things that we didn't need from the computer version, from the laptop version, disappear, and larger characters and the search bar, that's the stuff that shows up. Same here with my beta site. That shows up just to do the search here. Some feature properties, you could roll it down here on your mobile device and use these bars to access the menu. So that's what we were looking for. We want to promote websites that are mobile responsive. So check to see if yours is mobile responsive. And if you have several websites, promote the one that is, because that's where the consumers are coming from. Okay, so indexable, what does that mean? That means that the search engines found you and they put you in an index, so when people search using keywords, it can go to that index and you could be one of the results. So if I look at my first site, which is mlegas.com, it is indexable because I'm getting some results, but they're not great results, and probably because that site is not mobile responsive, so I'm getting dinged for that a little bit. The second site, Florida for sale, Sarasota, Florida for sale, that is a market leader site, and market leader is now owned by Zillow and Trulia, and there's a little bit of competition on whether Zillow and Trulia really want to market those sites and let us, the agents, get the leads. So there's a smaller amount of index pages, 99 pages on that site. Now I want to show you the third site, which is the beta site, has not gone out for indexing yet. So that site says did not find any matches. So it's not indexed at all. It's not showing up in indexing. So that's what it looks like when you're starting out a site before Google or the other search engines know about it. So I went and I asked Google to go ahead and search for that site and start to index it. And about 10 minutes later, after I said to Google to go look at my site, I checked again and I had two results. The blog page is found and the contact page is found. I checked it again a few hours later and there were 5 results. So it'll start to pick up results. The thing with indexable pages, when you have an IDX search, your Internet Data Exchange on your website, and your site is indexable, if those listings can also be indexed, then they show up as a single page for every listing in the MLS. So now this indexable goes from 2 results to thousands of results, because it's the number of listings in the MLS plus all of your pages. So I would say if I check this in 5 or 10 days, I have thousands of results on this new site being indexed. And that's critical, because then there's more opportunity if someone does a search to find you, because you show up in the index multiple times. Okay, so let's look at social media. We want to look, and this specifically for Facebook, we want to see that your settings are correct, that if you have a partner looking to refer to you, that they can find you, that your clients are able to find you properly, and some of us, we request to be part of referral groups or real estate sharing groups. We only would get approved if the moderator of that group knows we're a realtor. So how do we make sure that that's the case? So this is a profile I set up for this training, Annie Murphy, and we are friends on social media. We're Facebook friends, so it shows here that we're friends. When I, as a friend, go to Annie's timeline, I will see that she works at Keller Williams, lives in Sarasota, and she's from New York. And I could see what post she has on her timeline because I'm her friend. When I am her friend, I'm still her friend, I go to her About page, I can't see her phone number, I can't see her email, I don't see her mailing address, I see nothing that puts me in touch with Annie Murphy. So that is a problem because let's say I find that I have a referral for Annie in Sarasota. It's going to take me a long time to try to find her. I might send her a message on Facebook, but I can't call her because her phone number is not visible. So here I am as Annie, and I'm signed in to my site, and I look at my About, and under About I have all of these options, and I click the contact information, and I see if I roll the mouse to the end of the line, the little edit comes up. And I can go in and edit who can see my information for each bit of information that's on my contact site. And so we want to do this. It's difficult sometimes to know what's showing up because we can only see our information. We don't know to go look here to see who else is able to see it. So let's see what that looks like. So if I am Annie and I go into my workplace and I say Keller Williams of Manatee, I see I have that set to public. So anybody can see that I work at Keller Williams. And I want that because when I go to sign up for groups, real estate groups and social media, I want them to see that I am a realtor. So I have that setting set up as public. Let me show you again. You go to About when you're signed into your timeline. Under About, you go to your contact, your work, you go to all of these places, you roll to the end, you click Edit, and then you go down to the bottom of Edit where it says, who do you want to see this? Public, your friends, friends of friends, whoever it is. And make sure it's set up properly so you can be found by people who might not be friends with you. Okay, so here, I wanted to show you one other thing. Annie Murphy has a flower for her image. We don't know what Annie looks like. And a lot of times people are connecting with people that they can see. They want to form a connection. They need to see you. So I would use for your personal timeline, I would use a picture of yourself so people can connect with you. Here, Katherine Tilia, same thing. She's got a picture of her dog. I can't connect. I think the dog's cute. I can't connect with Katherine. So look at a picture that you think depicts you and put that in here. And this is your personal page. So it could be a fun picture. It doesn't have to be a business picture. It could be a fun picture. Put something in there that someone can connect with you. Now, with Katherine, I'm not Facebook friends. So when I go to her page, I see nothing. So if Katherine tries to sign up, I have a group called Coming Soon, which is for realtors in our area, Bradenton, Sarasota, where you can post listings that are not yet in the MLS. And so I have a lot of people that tried to come into the Coming Soon group. They request to join. When I come here, Katherine Delia, I can't see if she's a realtor. So what I have to do then is start searching the internet for her, trying to find her, see if she's a realtor, see if the pictures on her profile page, if I can see anything, match with what I'm finding on the internet, and it becomes too burdensome, so I just don't do it. And so you might be not accepted into groups if they don't know, if they can't see that you are should be connected with that group. Okay, so here, not friends. I'm signed in as Katherine Delia, and I go to my About page here, work and education, and I see that my work is there, but I say that only friends can see it. And that's why me as a non-friend, I am not friends with her. It says to add a friend, can't see anything. So I can't add her to the group. So what you would want to do is change this to public to make sure that it's showing up properly in your social media feed. So here's my page. I have my information about what I do in real estate here, my location, and this is my profile page, and I have a picture of myself. I could have a fun, something if I'm fishing or on a boat. I could have some kind of fun thing, not business-like picture here as well. And this is where I would post stuff on your profile page that is social, stuff what I'm doing. Here our dog turned 3, I posted that. You're not really posting business stuff on your personal page because you don't want your friends to get sick of seeing you post all the business stuff. You'd have a business page for that. Now, occasionally your business stuff shows up on your personal page because people tag you in a business post and then it'll show up on your timeline. But you don't want to use this to post business related. So your personal page should be personal. So here is my about, and I come here and I see that on my about page I have my phone number and an address, a link to my website, all of my information that people can see, and I have it marked as public, so that would be available. So really quick about Facebook messages. So let's say that you are not friends with me and you want to join Coming Soon, and you go to send me a message to say, I'm not friends with you, but I'm a realtor. I know it doesn't show up. You click on your home page, and so I'm Annie. I click on my home page. Down here on messages, I click messages, and then where the messages come in, I click more, and there's something called filtered messages. If I'm not Facebook friends with you, the message is going to go under filtered messages. And I bet you everybody checked right now, you would have filtered messages you didn't know were there because we don't know to check those. So our messages are not getting through to our to people that we're messaging on Facebook if we're not Facebook friends. They're going into filtered messages and people don't know where to find them. So that's just an aside here. If you're messaging, make sure that if you're not friends with the person, that you somehow let them know to check their filtered message, or just know yourself that if you're not friends, they might not ever see that message. Okay, so just to recap what we've done, we did a Google search of our name. We checked the results on the 2 pages for accuracy. We've updated any inaccuracies. We went and reviewed all of our websites to make sure our contact information is available. We make sure the contact information is correct. We went to see if our sites are mobile responsive, and we're going to try to use those that are mobile responsive when we're advertising for people to come to our sites, so that way we get more treatment, better treatment on the search engines. We want to make sure you're being indexed by the search engine, so you're going to look, you're going to type site, and the name of your website without the HTTP or www, no spaces, site, website, no spaces, and see if you're getting indexed. And if you're not, you're going to do a Google search and put how to get my website indexed by Google, and you're going to follow the instructions, and so you can do that. And then you're going to make sure your Facebook settings are correct. Okay, in class we talked about questions, and then that's it. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I hope this helps, and hope you are not a secret agent unless you want to be a secret agent on purpose. Thank you.